There we go, we're live. This is James speaking. I got another open tabs. It's Thursday, April 25th. We've been doing these for almost a month now. Every business day I get open, do a live little set here, talk about some of the things I was looking at the day before. Now I got one really, I'm not sure if this one's going to resonate with you, but I want to talk about it because it's something that a lot of people who are creating online courses, creating a training business, have an education business, they want to actually turn it into something where they can share their passion and maybe even earn a little money with it. What am I talking about? Selling your course. It's probably the hardest thing to do. In fact, it's harder than actually creating the course. Now, why am I talking about this? Because personally, I've struggled with it in the past, and it's what I'm going to share with you are a number of tools that you should consider when you are selling your course or courses. And these are things that you need to do to keep track of your course sales, but more importantly, the potential students. It's not as easy as you think to sell a course or a series of courses or a bundle of courses or a teaching of a skill, for example, or a transformation you're providing. It's more than someone going to look at the course syllabus and details on it and say, oh yeah, that's great. I want to spend $97, $297, $997. It's not about going to a place, like Udemy, where there's 10,000 courses and they just look at a brief description of it and go, yeah, I want this for $7 for the first course I'm going to take. It's harder than that. And more often than not, you're going to have to be able to keep track of your potential customers. And that's what I want to talk about today, because capturing those leads, those prospects, and following up with them is a big part of your business if you are doing more than selling just a single course, if you're building an education business. So we're going to go through kind of my personal journey here and journeys continuing, and I want to share some ideas with you on how you might want to consider taking care of selling your courses over this period of time. So here we go, selling a course. If you haven't heard of it, I'm going to mention a term called CRM, or Customer Relationship Management. There are a number of tools that are about CRM, or keeping track of your customers. Some of them are built into your WordPress site or the service that you are using to host the platform you're on for your courses. Some are built into it. Some are software as a service separate from them. Some of them are built into a billing or accounting system. Some of them are standalone ones that are more about selling emails. Some of them are about social media and content marketing. It's an absolute dog's breakfast on how you figure out how to do this. So let's just go through a couple of ones that you may want to take a look at as you consider these. And at the end of this, I'll kind of spend a little bit of time talking about where I think things are going and the ones that you might want to focus on moving forward. So let's say, for example, I'm here and I've got a series of courses. Let's take a look at it. And here's the kind of traditional, what usually happens is when you're looking at a course or courses, I've got the course library here for the training sites.io, our little membership site here, community site. So I'm taking a look at it. I'm going here and I go, wow, I got a bunch of great courses here. I got one for $497, our big campus mastery course, $997. So I'm going to go see more. And again, I'm not talking about a sales page. We actually have a course on 3 types of sales pages, but this is just the course page, right? And if I look, it's got a paragraph or 2, and then it's got all of these lessons and topics, 8 lessons, 5 sections, 44 topics, quizzes. There's a ton of stuff there. Now, I may just want to buy it or not buy it. But the fact is, I came to this page. What if I don't buy? What happens? How did I get here? How do I track that? Do you have my name, my number, my details? Is that part of something that you can track? $997 is quite a bit of money, right? May take more than 1 or 2 visits to get that course actually sold. So if I decide to take the course, I'm going to go to a sales page here, or pardon me, an order page, where I'm going to collect money. This one's all on the WordPress site in this particular example. If you're using a tool like Kajabi or some of the other tools as a platform, like School as an example, any of these ones, there's a built-in payout, but you've gone to the site. There's no way to track what's happening there. So in this case, let's see if I can get a, we'll go and if I take the course, it goes to a checkout page, but there's no way to do anything here. And hopefully on this one, I think there's a pop-up on it. We'll see if it actually shows up here. It probably won't because I did it before, but I have a pop-up that goes up that says, hey, you left the page. Why don't you sign up for a newsletter, for example? So there's an opt-in that's available, hopefully, that someone who's visiting will say, yeah, I'm interested in having a free course, or I want to join the membership site, free portion, the community to get started. So you have some opportunity to capture the content details, but where do you put them after that? What happens to them? How do I keep track of them? So let's take a look and see what happens. Here's one called Honeybook. This one, Best CRM, Independent Small Businesses. This one, again, a lot of people will take a look at this and they'll go, okay, I can manage clients, I can get paid, I can take payments, manage leads, manage projects, book clients, sign clients. So this one includes something, for example, for managing the clients after the fact. So if I do have some information from them, I have captured some of the content, I have them subscribe to my newsletter as an example, but it gives someone the opportunity to follow up. And in this case, this is an accounting, basically it's a proposal one for a lot of agencies or people that are self-employed. There's some additional tools here, for example, that books clients for meetings, capture, nurture leads, relationships, manage your business. There's a free trial here. But you get prospects in the door on sales pages to start. Busy work, professional touch. So send questionnaires, an example. Move pipeline stage. There's ability to track them. This is a software as a service. You can go through. There's even a bit of a project portal here so that if they're doing more than a course, they have coaching, they have sessions, private things that are specific to them over and above just purchasing a course. This kind of client management tool is available to you, okay? And it gives you a task board to follow the pipeline to see where they are. So that's one called Honeybook. That was one of the ones we looked at as an example. And again, you got to think through these ones because there's lots of things that work and don't work as it fits into your business model. So we got one like that. Let's take a look at, here's another one, for example, called Pipedrive, which is a traditional CRM. And this one works really well. For example, there's this one and another one called Copper. And these ones work with email. So it's all about managing the relationship between the emails that go back and forth with your client, potential client, after you have captured their email address or got them to subscribe to some kind of opt-in or freebie that you've created. But you've got an email address. A lot of times you're emailing back and forth, right? So it's following up by email. Pipedrive is a CRM that allows you to do things like automations or automated follow-ups that are personal to that particular individual. So that's a way of keeping track of it. You can have the same idea where you have leads and prospects, proposals, offers, whether they bought or not bought. You can guide people through that customer journey, right? And even if they bought one course that's an entry course or a free course, how do you get them to upgrade or upsell them to the other course or courses that you have? So one like this is Pipedrive as an example. There's another one called Copper, which is focused specifically on the Gmail suite. Those ones are about the management of the customer through a sales funnel, but they don't do things like proposals or managing the customer in terms of after the fact, where you have to keep track of documents and internal processes or onboards. This is kind of the front end, kind of the sale or the relationship. Those are traditional CRM tools. You'll also find ones as an example like ActiveCampaign. And let me see on this one. Here's an example of one, for example, where, and this is just a test account just to show you, where you can have a lot of details on, what's going on with that particular customer in terms of general details. Have they opened support tickets? If this is integrated into some of the help desks. You can have stuff like lead tracking, their WordPress details, any billing that they have. All of these use what are called tagging systems so that you can follow their path or journey through and do follow-ups on lists and additional automations based on what they've done on the site or what emails they've been sent or opened. You can even book appointments here, right? This one integrates with Calendly. If someone books an appointment as a follow-up, you have the opportunity to see what's going on with there. You can make notes, show conversations on some of the versions of ActiveCampaign where they have the ability to do chats built in. You can see the history of all the emails that have been sent, which ones were sent to them, when it was sent, what happened, all of that is there. And there's a running total on the right-hand side of all the recent activities, and whether those are emails, notes that you've made, site and event tracking, what automations they've been involved in, campaign activity. So that's just an example of a CRM that still manages that relationship in a lot of detail and sends emails to them and maybe outbound messaging, but it's not tightly integrated into the other one that I want to show you, which is one like, where's the one I want to open? Here it is. We'll go back here. This one is another one called Break Cold. This is one that is tied from the opposite end. This is the one about managing the relationships that you have on social media, because a lot of the interactions that you start off with might be through Instagram. More importantly, if you're doing business to business stuff, a lot of it is with LinkedIn. What about Facebook groups? What about anything that you get inboard or messaged because of some of the social media outbound content marketing that you've been doing? This is one that takes that. So it's a CRM, LinkedIn and Sales Navigator, it's all booked into it, with Twitter as an example, and Instagram and Facebook. So this one isn't about email, this is about the social interaction that you have and automating that integration back and forth with your potential customers who are going to purchase your course or not purchase your course, or purchase your coaching program or your instructor-led training, or all the stuff that's in your education business. So there's kind of a couple different ways of doing that, right? And what we do, one of the things, I'll just show you this right now, just to give you an example, is this is one here, and I'll open this up so hopefully you can see it. Let's go to this one. Here we go. So you should be able to see this now. This is part of the training sites, the blueprint that we use, or the map that we use. And one of the steps here is 8 steps, and you can take a look here. We have the hub and spoke member journey, your business platform, content marketing, and outbound messaging before and after a membership or a course purchase. So when you're going to sell it, this is something that you have to think about. What are the course or courses that you want to have people take, in what order, and what's involved in them? So you should make sure you've got some kind of member journey there. There's 9 steps that are in these ones that we go over as well in detail on how to do them. But you've got to have a really good idea of what the path is to the ultimate transition or the ultimate skill that you're trying to teach people. After that, you're going to have to look at your business platform. Those are the things we just talked about. What are you using as your CRM? Is it social media focused? Is it email focused? Is it expensive courses, inexpensive courses? Do they have to take one course, take another course? How am I going to interact with them? Do I need proposals? Do I just need email follow-up? So you're going to have to pick a business platform that supports the journey and the hub or the core course that you have and the supporting courses that go with it. You have to think about that. And then after that, you're going to look and say, okay, what is the content marketing that I need to work with this? Do I have a marketing schedule? Can I stream live events? Is that being tracked anywhere? What social platforms am I involved in? Am I auto posting to social platforms? What digital exhaust do I have that I can turn into additional marketing material? Again, content marketing, that is a way to get people into your program, but how are you going to capture that? What are you going to offer them? What happens after they get offered that? So you've got to look at outbound messaging as the other part. So which of your business platforms is the one that supports that? And is it a before membership one? So it's a lead that you're turning into a customer, or is it a customer that you want to maintain or upsell moving forward? These are all things that you really got to spend a lot of time with if you, again, listen to the caveat, if you are wanting to be an education business or a training site or training business. This one about promoting is something that you have to do all of the time. It's not just about creating a course. You're going to have to pick out the courses, the path, the learning track people want to follow, the platform that supports that, how you're going to do content marketing, and how you're going to do outbound messaging. And that outbound messaging, again, before membership, after membership, those are the 2 key points. And you have to pick a platform for that as you're moving forward. So some of the ones that I looked at, again, So you can kind of play with that and just see what's going on. We've got ones like an accounting system or a booking system. HoneyBook is one. I'll put the links below, of course. We have a traditional one as an example, which is one like ActiveCampaign, which can do automations, detailed automations. It's about sending email mostly and keeping track of where they are in a sales process, but it focuses on email. You could look at ones, for example, that are ones like BreakGold, which are the opposite. It focuses on the social media and content marketing and capturing people that way. You can use ones that are traditional about using Pipedrive or Copper. Those ones are ones that, again, focus on Gmail, Gmail Suite. And then the other thing, which we'll talk about next time, is another way to manage all of those assets after the fact. And that's one we'll talk about tomorrow probably, or actually I might even do a full video on that. That's one that is a way to manage your entire business, including the outbound messaging and sales, but also what happens when people are a customer or that you're dealing with them after the fact. This is not quick, here's my sales page, go buy the course. This is about building an education business. So you're gonna have to think this through and really get a handle on it as you start building more courses. And the other thing that's really frustrating with this, and even though I'm looking at it today, is because the AI portion that I've been talking about for the past month, all these ways to create content and graphics and captions and all of that great stuff, the AI part isn't really in the sales process yet. Yes, you can use AI tools to create some email content for outbound and some content in terms of graphics and manage some of those relationships for content marketing, but actually keeping track of your customer relationships, it's not really there. And that's going to be a problem until they get that fixed, at least for automating some of the tasks that follow that customer journey and our journey with them, turning them into actual learners from just being a potential learner. So have some fun with those. I'll put the links below. There's lots going on in this space. There's too much for me to keep up with actually. So I'll do my best every day to try and pick up on some of these. And if you're looking to find out how to start, build, and grow your own education business, make sure to join the community at trainingsites.io or download some of the great resources that I put in the description. This is James Maduch speaking from trainingsites.io. Take care and expect the best.